You know, it feels like just yesterday, AI was this cool experiment tucked away in the IT department. Well, not anymore. Today, it's pretty much the #1 conversation happening in the boardroom. So we're going to break down exactly why AI strategy is now an absolute must for every single leader at the top. Okay, let's get right into it.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. This quote from the conference board just nails it. It perfectly captures the massive shift we're all seeing. AI is no longer a nice-to-have or some side project. Nope, it's now sitting at the very heart of business strategy, of competition, really, of everything.
And when we say it's at the heart of things, we really mean it. The amount of money being poured into AI is just staggering. We're talking about a projected spend of $500 billion in 2026 alone. A number that big tells you all you need to know about where this is all going. But here's the catch. Just throwing money at something isn't a strategy, and that's where things start to get really tricky.
So, even with this mad dash to invest, leaders are hitting some pretty serious walls internally. And that's creating this huge dilemma right at the very top of the organization.
Here's the problem in a nutshell. The ambition to be an AI-first company, it's sky high. But the reality on the ground? It's a lot messier. CEOs see AI as this top priority, of course, but they're really struggling to get it rolled out everywhere, to figure out if it's even working, and to manage all the new risks that come along with it.
And this, right here, reveals a major disconnect inside the leadership team itself. Just look at these numbers. Your CFOs, they're still more focused on old-school product innovation, with only about 38% prioritizing AI. But your COOs and chief strategy officers, they are all in on AI at 59%. When your top leaders are looking in different directions, well, that creates a ton of friction right when you need to be pulling together.
And that brings us to what might be the most crucial point of all. The biggest bottleneck here isn't the technology, it's the people. CEOs themselves are saying that workforce readiness is the thing holding them back. So their top priorities aren't just about buying more fancy tech. It's about upskilling their teams and, maybe more importantly, changing the entire company culture so people can actually adopt and use these new tools.
So, as if all that internal friction wasn't enough to deal with, there is a huge external pressure building that no one can afford to ignore. A regulatory clock has officially started ticking, and believe me, it is changing the game for absolutely everyone.
And ag pressure has a name, the EU AI Act. Now this is a landmark piece of regulation. It's creating a single set of rules for anyone building, selling, or using AI systems in the European market. And trust me, its reach is global.
So how does it work? Well, the Act uses this really clear, risk-based approach, sorting AI into 4 different levels. At the very top, you have unacceptable risk. These systems are just flat-out banned. Think things like social scoring by governments. Next down is high risk, like AI used in hiring or for credit scores. These face super strict rules. Then you've got limited risk systems like a chatbot, which just need to be transparent. And finally, minimal risk, which is mostly left alone.
And listen, don't think you have a lot of time to figure this out. This isn't some far-off problem. The first major deadline hits in 2025. That's when the rules for the banned AI systems kick in. By 2026, most of the other big rules will apply. The compliance countdown is on, and it is very, very real. Okay, so you've got internal chaos, external regulation. It's easy to feel a little overwhelmed, right? But what if we've been looking at this whole thing completely backwards? The solution might just lie in a really powerful shift in perspective.
This, right here, is the key. You have to stop thinking about AI ethics and compliance as just another cost, another burden you have to deal with. Instead, you've got to reframe it as a strategic investment, one with a real, measurable return on investment. Ethical AI isn't just about putting up guardrails, it's about driving value.
So what does this ROI actually look like? Well, it breaks down into 3 different layers. First, there's the direct value you get from dodging costly risks and making things run more smoothly. Then there's indirect value. This is all about making your brand stronger, building customer trust, and attracting the best talent. And finally, there's the big one, strategic value, which sets you up to be an innovator and a true leader in your market.
Let's make this super concrete with a couple of examples. On one side, you have the cost of getting it wrong, which is very real. Look at OpenAI getting hit with a multi-million-euro fine for not being compliant. But on the other side, getting it right creates tangible value. Companies like IBM are actively building trust by baking ethics into their entire AI process. They're turning a potential problem into a real competitive advantage.
All right, so we've looked at the problem, we've reframed the solution. Now let's pull this all together into an actual playbook that any leader can use to navigate this new AI world.
It all boils down to 4 clear actions you can take. First, you have to tackle those diverging views and get your entire C-suite on the same page. Second, you must deeply connect your AI strategy with training for your workforce. Your people are everything. Third, and this one is so important, treat AI like a total business transformation, not just some tech project. And finally, use ethical principles from the start, not just to manage risk, but to actively create value.
Honestly, if you only take one thing away from this, let it be this idea. AI isn't something you can just hand off to one department and forget about. For this to really work, it has to be woven into the very fabric of your company, connecting every single piece of the puzzle. It absolutely requires an integrated, enterprise-level approach.
So, I'll leave you with this question to mull over for your own organization. Are you just playing defense, trying to manage all the risks that come with AI? Or are you playing offense, actively using your AI strategy to build new, lasting value? Because that choice is what's going to define the winners and the losers of the next decade.